Your camera. Sorry, one-handed. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts. I got another Christmas in July video for you and I hope you enjoy. Let's get into those DIYs. DIY number 1. So here guys, I'm going to start out with this frame I actually picked up at a thrift store not too long ago. I do have the haul video if you guys are interested in watching that. You can actually go to my playlist and go to hauls and find it. So I start off painting this with gypsy green. I do end up going over it with like 2.5 coats. The frame was a little slick, so it was harder to paint, as you can kind of see there. After that's all done, I grab a calendar page from the Covered Bridge. I actually got these from Hobby Lobby, I believe, last year. I fell in love with a lot of their winter scenes, and I love covered bridges, and I thought they were really pretty. So I decided I was going to use this since I had it in my stash. Guys, gonna have to kind of bear with me too. I'm kind of under the weather right now. I have a really bad headache, but I wanted to make sure that I got this out for you. Here I'm just kind of lining this up to see where it was going to, where I was gonna have to cut it off at, kind of. But this was a sealed backing, but dealing with the heat gun and everything like that, it was already coming apart, so I just peeled it off. So since I already had the back free, I figured I would just pop it open. This, like I said, was sealed, but I was actually debating on whether I wanted the glass out of there, but I couldn't get the glass out anyway, so it didn't matter. So here I'm just kind of lining it up. And since there was more trees and stuff on this side, I figured I would cut more of this side off. I didn't want to cut off any of the bridge, so I actually have to go back in and readjust this because some of the backing is actually showing, and I don't really like it. It's actually down on the one in the right hand corner. When I flip it back over, you'll see it, but I didn't have time to do that quite yet, so here I'm just pushing them down harder, make sure they're all down. As you can see, the bottom right hand corner there, you can kind of see a little bit of it. I just have to pull it over a little bit more. The top is showing, but that one didn't bother me as bad. Also, I want to comment, don't ever do this, you guys. Never dip into your DIY waxes or paints. I was just being lazy this day, but it can actually ruin your waxes and paints if you dip inside of them. Always get a container or whatever. But I just went over the detail on this and then I'm wiping it back. I do actually go over the whole thing with a clear coat. I did not show that. There's the picture of it. DIY number 2. I've had this cutting board in my stash for a long time. It was just a matter of figuring out what I was going to do with it. I actually fell in love with a picture off of Pinterest, and I decided I was going to do that since it was long. I'm going over it with some Waverly Antique wax. and a baby wipe to just smooth it out a little bit more. It was awfully dark, so I'm just kind of smoothing it out more. But I basically just cover the entire board that way. Once that is done, I take my Monet's Garden DIY paint, and I'm just kind of feathering this on. I kind of start out with an outline of where I wanted to go, and then I kind of do more of a swooshing. This is very sped up, you guys, but I'm just kind of doing like a swooshing thing with my brush to make branches and to kind of fill it in a little bit. If you guys haven't been able to tell, I'm making a Christmas tree, and the Pinterest one that I saw, I actually wish I would have took a picture of it for you guys. I did not, but it had like only the half tree, and for some reason I just fell in love with that. So that's just kind of where I'm going with it. This did take a while to do. The trick with doing something like this is just trying to figure out how to blend your colors as best you can. So here now I'm going in with Gypsy Green, and I didn't even let the green or the Monet's Garden dry. I went right over top of it to give it more of a depth look. It kind of gives it more of a true blend. You want to see that darker green in the background with a lighter green on top. And I actually do this a couple different times. I also do add white, and you will see that here soon. Down here at the bottom, it didn't really blend as much. It was already dry by the time I got down there, but I add more of the Monet's Garden. Here I'm going in with some more because I want that depth. And then over on top of that, I will go in with the Gypsy Green again. And I keep doing this until I get the color and the effect that I want. Just kind of have to play around with it. Now here I go in with a fan brush, and I go in with some White Swan. It is going to go on a lot thicker and brighter than what you want, but that's the best part about paint, is that you can work work it in and always add more or less to it. I do go back in with some more of the Monet's Garden and the Gypsy Green to kind of blend the white into it even more. So now, this is kind of going off of my inspiration that had Merry Christmas on it too. Granted, I kind of liked the font on theirs better, but I did have a stencil for it, so I went with this. The font on the inspiration piece was all kind of a really fancy cursive. The Christmas one on here I really liked, but I went with the whole stencil. It turned out fine, and I was fine with it, but the inspiration piece really spoke to me. You guys have to let me know down below which ones you really like, which ones you would like to create. It's a free way to really help my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the kind words, guys, down in the comment box for like my other DIYs that you guys have been watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. You all mean a lot to me. You would be so kind to give this this video a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment again. Let me hear what you guys have to say about it. This one is probably my favorite, you guys. I really liked how this one turned out. Here I'm just kind of filling in the little spots in between where the stencil was connected, just so it didn't really look like a stencil. And now I go in with some Crimson Red by Waverly, and I'm just making it look more like a Christmas tree, just putting a couple of ornaments on it, basically. And I figured the red would look really nice. The inspiration piece, they actually put different colored buttons on it, which I was thinking about doing too, but I didn't really have a good selection of buttons that I enjoyed, so I went this route instead. And then I decided that I was gonna make a little bow for the top of the tree. The original inspiration was also had a bow on it. They actually had a couple different color ribbons. I just went with a traditional black and white. And that is it, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. DIY number 3. So these I've had in my stash for a while. I got enough to, I mean, it's actually came in a package. I got this from a garage sale a long time ago. It actually spells out Noel. I got the whole bag for $1.99. The decoupage paper I got from Upcycled by Bree. Her channel is linked down below. She's also one that sells the DIY paint along with Sammy over at Unicorn Dust Designs. If you guys are not aware of their channel, please go check them out. So I go over it first with a coat of my Big Top. I'm basically just using this for something my paint will stick to. This is a very slick surface, and I wanted to be able to cover very good with it, so that's why I went this route. It's basically just like Mod Podge that I'm using it with. I went over it with black just because I know it would cover up that green and the letter easier at first. And then once that is dry, I go over it with White Swan. And here I'm kind of stippling on there. Brush strokes actually usually don't bother me. But I'm actually been watching Sammy, Unicorn Dust Designs. And I started to not like it as much. Which I'm not exactly sure how that changed me. But I wasn't usually a problem with it because it looked more handmade, but for some reason it was getting to me here. So here I'm going over with another coat of the Big Top, and I'm just gonna lay my image down. These are nice for like little shelf sitters and stuff. If there's any spot in your house, like a bookshelf or a little spot in a bathroom or anything like that, that you just need a little bit of a touch, it's really nice. So that's kind of where I was going with this. And then I'm just drying it really nicely. And that's how it looks. DIY number 4. So I did the same thing to this one here. I'm basically doing another one of the ones that you just seen. I could have done these together, but I figured I'd split them up. But you basically, I'm doing this one. I went a little too heavy-handed on the. You can kind of see it runny. I put way too much on here. But just going and drying it quick. Again, I'm using that just because it helps the paint to stick better. And I do have 2 more of these little letters too. Like I said, it's spelled out Noel. So I got them for this reason. I got them to because it'd be nice flat surfaces to do images and stuff like this on. These would also be really nice for a tiered tray as well. And there you guys have it. And the final reveal, you guys. Make sure you let me know down below which ones you really liked. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button down below, you guys. It's a free way to help my channel grow. If you could all do me a big favor and go to my playlist and go to what I have as Super All-in-One. It's all my DIY channel, or all my DIYs in every video. And if you could just binge watch that while you're cleaning or making supper for your family or whatever. Even sleeping, if you're gonna take a nap or something, fine, put it on. It's just enough to help me get my channel out there a little bit more, and it'd help my views, my watch time. And I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys, and God bless, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you all. Bye now.